What's up, everybody? So welcome back to my channel, Green Man Grow 7. I'm Sean Knight, and today this baby right here I have been growing, and it has been giving me life. And I got a new growth point right here. I'm waiting for this to emerge, the Philodendron Silver Sword. And I know this is not the rarest of the rarest, but it's something that I enjoy, something that I like, and something that speaks to me. And isn't that what house plants are supposed to do for us? When we grow them in our environment, when we add them to our collection, what we like. But this speaks to me, and that's something. And I know many of us have these in our collection. You know, these can be found at the big box stores. And so if you are shopping at Lowe's or Home Depot, Target even, some of the Targets are now starting to carry some houseplants, and so Walmart. And so these things just speak to me. The difference is, and I'll say this for you who may not know, when you go and look for one of these silver swords, sometimes the stem portion of the plant is quite thin. That can lead to growth of it being leggy, meaning that there is too much separation between each one of the nodes and growth points and each one of the stems and the leaves. So if it grows leggy, it's just then there is a leaf, then there is a new growth point. But if you can get them to grow contained by giving it enough light, by giving it enough nutrients during the growing season, and since we're in spring and we're embarking on growth, that's when we start to implement some of our nutrients, you know, your fertilizer. And so that's when you make sure that the plant is giving the fertilizer, but it's also given that bright indirect light, enough light so that it can photosynthesize and get the energy that it needs and requires for growth. And so, and I'm trying something different, you guys. Look, I got one of these new type of moss poles, plastic moss pole that I'm trying. And it's working out so far, and I'll continue to let you guys know what I think about it. But this, I just love it. I love the way that it's growing. Right now, it is a little gloomy here in Chi-Town, and so what I've been doing is keeping this under a grow light so that it can get as much nutrients. Now, one of the things that I do, I know everybody has a different technique, but one of the things that I do to try to maximize the way that the growth is stable and consistent, if the plant is growing like this and you see a new growth point, I'll make sure that the light is now on this side to help encourage it so that the leaf formation continues the way that it's growing. I won't have the light over here to encourage that this leaf now starts leaning this way, because that's not gonna make it look consistent. So what I do is I put the grow light over here to help it grow naturally by giving it that source of light to draw near, draw towards. And so as a result, it will stay consistent. But isn't that beautiful? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get this to grow. I want this to be one of those, as I always say here in the loft, that is giving me life, that's sitting over in the corner, because I have it in a certain area by my desk in the office area here in the loft, where it's just growing. It'll just get big and do what it needs to do, take up space, but it's a focus point. It's one of those areas where in the loft I can just turn and look, or if I'm sitting where I'm sitting now in the loft and the office area is over on the other side of the loft, I can just sit here, read a book, drink a glass of wine, and look over there. There's the plant growing, and it's like art, and I'm enjoying it from that perspective. Because as we know, we grow our plants because we enjoy the beauty of them so that we can look at them, you know. And so that's another thing. It's like buying that piece of art that you have on your wall, and then when you come home, you always gaze at it and you admire it and appreciate the purchase. And it's the same thing for the plants that we buy. And so this right here, it's just doing it for me. And again, like I said, this is not the rarest of the rare. It's not one of those rare monsteras or one of those rare anthuriums, but it is one that I enjoy. And so, how about that? Tell me if you guys have the Philodendron Silver Sword, and how has it been for you with growth? How has it been for you with your enjoyment of the plant? And like I said, isn't it all about that, the enjoyment? We buy the plants that we like to look at. Every plant that I see in the garden centers or the specialty stores here in Chicago, I don't buy because I don't like every plant. It's not, you know, the thing that one person would like everything. And I don't buy and purchase plants just because they're the end plant. I only purchase plants that speak to me, just like clothing, just like my car, just like where I live. I purchase those things. I admire those things because of what it says to me, what it speaks to me. And this speaks to me. It doesn't have to be the rare of the rare, but it's beautiful. And so if you have this, again, let me know what your thoughts are on this plant. Let me know what your experience is with the Philodendron Silver Sword. How has it been growing for you? If you have not, I ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that I know that you are enjoying this content, but also so when I'm able to put up another video, you're alerted. The Philodendron Silver Sword.